Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. This was really difficult. It was one of the most frustrating ones that I've done for a while. This you might find it frustrating too, but stick with it till the end because I promise the payoff is sensational when this thing comes out, which I didn't think was much, and the difference it made to this gentleman was unbelievable. I even think there's a good chance he was given hearing aids years and years and years ago, when it might not have been a problem with his hearing. It might have been this, and it's because he's got a really it's thick in places, but on his eardrum he's got a really thin layer of dead skin that I suspect has been there for a very long time. And when we pulled that off, he got really emotional. He could not believe the difference, but it was so difficult to get out. It really was. But it does get really good. But when you're doing one like this, and pretty much all of this is dead skin, but when you see me just peeling away from the left hand side, you'll see this really thin. It's like a shard. It's like a really thin, almost translucent in places, layer of dead skin. But I've got an itchy eye. Hay fever's playing me up today. It's like this thin, hard, shard-like stuff, and it is, any ear specialist to tell you the same thing. It is amongst one of the most frustrating things you can do when it's like that, because obviously it's stuck to the canal wall. I've already got oiling at this point. I missed out the first couple of minutes of this procedure because, well, nothing happened. so I put oil in and came back, and getting the first few bits out wasn't too difficult, but it's the rest of it. But you'll be shocked at the end when we finally unpeel this. So you could look at that with a naked eye and think, well, I can kind of see an eardrum in the distance, but this thin shard of dead skin, it's quite thick. On this side here, you'll be able to tell when we peel it to the side and it starts glaring. It's because it's obviously white, and that reflects off the light on the endoscope. But despite it being difficult, it's so worth it in the end. Now, a lot of these difficult ones, I mean, I try and show you all the difficult ones I get. And some of you might think those are frustrating, but the quick and easy ones, they don't make very good videos. Unless you like watching literally everything I do, because you probably only see about 5% of what I do here. If you want to see all of them, then feel free to click that button down below that says join, and you become a member of the channel, and that way you can see everything. And I mean everything. It's following me live in clinic, so every single procedure I do gets uploaded as I do it. Not with me talking in it like this, but it's unedited. Means you can hear the patient, the reactions of the patient, and our conversations, which are often the most entertaining part of all of it. So yeah, if you want to do that, then feel free. If not, then I'd appreciate if you could just follow the channel. Just press subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing, but it really does help us out. Speaking of subscribing to things, I recently put out a video telling you all about the new podcast channel, which has now launched, and the first episode is already there. And I must thank everybody who's followed it so far. It's called the Unlikely Legends podcast, and I'm going to tell you about the next few guests who are coming in. It's exciting. Nobody famous or anything. Well, kind of. One of them's been on telly. Because there's not very much I can tell you about this. It's me frantically trying to peel away a very thick layer of difficult dead skin from someone's eardrum. So that's why I'm going to talk to you about this other stuff. You can watch this as we chat. Before I do, you might notice there's a different coloured background. There's a few reasons why I've tried that. For a start, I'm always, rather than the black background, you can see this blue background. And the reason why I've done that is I just wanted to see if it makes the image sharper, clearer for you all. It makes better viewing. Always try things, and I'll listen to your feedback. If you say, "Oh no, I don't like that," then I won't do it. If you say, "Do you know what? I kind of like that. Oh, it's kind of calming, soothing," and then I might carry on doing it. And another reason is I'm trying to see if it makes any difference in the amount of other content creators who nick this content. So I'm going to see if it makes a difference for them, if it makes it harder for them to do. That's again why you'll see a little watermark in the centre of the screen. It just says Nurse Richard and the episode number. Because I'm getting sick of it. I had to fill in the last couple of months, I've had to fill in 28 copyright forms just for other channels who've stolen my work. And it's really annoying. Shouldn't have to do that. But so anything I can do to prevent them from doing that, then I will do that. And that's why I'm trialing this as well, to see if it helps. But if you like the look of it, then feel free to let me know. Anyway, what was I going to tell you? Yeah, about the upcoming podcast. So the first episode's already there. You never know, because I record these episodes a month in advance, there or thereabouts. There might already be some other stuff on it as well, because I've got the next 2 episodes, this episode 2 and episode 3, booked in. It just snapped off that. It's so frustrating. You can see what I'm left with, can't you? I'm not entertaining going in there with a pair of forceps. It's way too close to the eardrum. It's very close to the bony part of the ear, which is very sensitive. And I just ain't even entertaining it. So before you think of putting that in the comments, don't bother. Unless you want to be in a roast. Anyway, so yeah, the episode 2, which by the time this gets released to everybody, apart from the members, because you get it today, the day that it's recorded, but it's going out in a month's time from now. It might already be on there. And episode 2 of my on my new podcast channel, which there will be links to either in the description or some cards above me, might already be out there. And it's an exciting one because after 3 years of me badgering her, pestering her, my wife has finally agreed to come on and have a chat to me, only on the proviso that she can bring her best friend for a bit of safety in numbers. But there's another good reason why I wanted to invite her with her friend as well, because together they're hilarious. They're like a comedy act. And so I'm sure she'll probably be roasting me, dishing out all the rubbish on me. So if you want to watch that, then feel free to go to the Unlikely Legends podcast channel and subscribe to it, and you'll be notified when that episode comes out, if it hasn't already come out. But the gist of that podcast is going to be inspiring women who've had journeys, because they both have, quite extreme as well, to get to where they are today. And there'll obviously be usual amount of silliness along the way, because they are both incredibly silly. In fact, her mate is a completely bonkers. She's possibly the most bonkers person I've ever met. But I think you'll enjoy it anyway. And the one after that, episode 3, is going to be some really good friends of mine. And it probably will get a bit deep, this one, because they're amazing people. But when you say someone's a legend because they've gone through something terribly traumatic, he's one of my best friends. I've known him a very, very long time. And he's got a story to tell. And he's already shared this on a TV documentary once that he did. And it's going back 10 years ago now, there or thereabouts. He sadly lost his wife. He got hit by a car and sadly passed away. And obviously that's not bad enough to deal with. He then remarried, and then they wonderfully got pregnant. And then, unfortunately, their baby died only a few months after being born. I'm just thinking about this. Anyway, they've agreed to share their story because a lot of people have been through something similar. And I know they're really keen to get their story out there and how they dealt with it, how they continue to deal with it. And I suppose the moral of it is you never really deal with it, but it's how do you manage life? and some very inspirational people that I think you'd be very interested to hear about their story. So yeah, it's not all silliness and laughs. Sometimes we're going to get a bit deep in some of these. But if you want to search them out, I don't think the third one will be out. The second one might well be out now, but please go and follow the podcast channel, which again there'll be a link to at the end of the video too, and in the description. Now, back to this. I don't think we're that far off, to be honest. Really difficult to manoeuvre around in this one. Because I'm trying to peel it down from the top. That looks like the place where I get the best purchase, because you can just see the thick white layer of dead skin underneath it. But when you grab it and try and roll it forwards, when you try and readjust your grip, I've got to let go of it because you're going to bump the tube into the side of the canal wall. That's why you have to let go, re-grip, let go, re-grip, while all the time trying to pull it forward. But it's just not happening. So I think what actually worked was, I think I might have got a slightly bigger tube, and I tried at the base and just watched the lift on this. It's an absolute belter. Just watch, can you see it? Start to lift all the way down the canal as well. But just look at that sheet of white skin coming. And at this point, he just couldn't help himself. He's like, wow, oh my word, look at this. And there it is. And it didn't look like much, did it? But what a difference it made to him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I would love it if you could go and follow the podcast channel. There's going to be some really cool stuff coming there soon. But for now, take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Ta-da.